Why?
Yeah.
Because women rock. So MISSFITS Music and Arts Collective is a group of women and people who support women working together on musical and artistic projects in a space that is our own and is not controlled in any way by men. And it's really fun and cool. And we do cool stuff. Like, we made a zine, and right now we're having Record-A-Thon, and we've had a show, and we're gonna have other shows and other zines and other Record-A-Thons. And maybe other stuff too. And we're making a movie! Right now, we're at the beautiful Airtime Studios in Bloomington, Indiana, and they've given us a super generous price on just renting out the studio for the entire weekend. And basically, every 3 hours, we have a different songwriter come in, and they bring a couple musicians, and then a couple other musicians just come and go as they please, and can join in on any song. But yeah, so there's 7 songs in total, and after today is done, we're gonna start mixing and mastering, and then we're gonna release it as kind of like this live Rat album, Rat being Record-A-Thon, and also because rats are cool. It's supposed to be super collaborative and organic, and like we have a bunch of like stuff to bang on, and we did some gang vocals, so it's like even if you don't consider yourself a musician, we can find some way for you to be involved.
I think it's important to be deliberate in creating a space where women and girls can take chances in being creative, because a lot of times when young girls start to get into music, they feel really embarrassed to make mistakes and learn along at the same pace that boys do. Like, boys are encouraged to take chances and they're kind of rewarded even if they make mistakes, whereas a girl has to work harder to prove herself in those contexts. This song's about being really interested in somebody who isn't reciprocating romantically, but you're still like friends with them, and how being in a situation of like one-sided how it can like really bring out like the worst in somebody, to be like putting out a lot of loving energy and then not having it returned in the way that you expect, and how you can kind of get into like a sinister headspace. Or maybe it's kind of like about feeling silly when somebody doesn't reciprocate your feelings, and reflecting on like, oh, what am I doing wrong? But it's not necessarily that you're doing anything wrong. If there's a space where women and allies can get together and not feel like they're going to be scrutinized during the learning process, then it ends up just more people are creating, and if there's more music, then the world's a better place. And having avenues of expression is especially important because of all the struggles inherently that women and girls have to deal with just in their day-to-day lives.
It was the day after I saw my favorite band, Foxygen, at Culture Shock, and like that night, just like it was just like so magical, and so I woke up the next morning and just like had to write my feelings out, and it just like kept coming back up that I should sing that one. So Yeah. I wanted some kind of music community to be a part of. I've always liked writing songs, singing, but it's kind of been like a secret passion for me, and I didn't really let it shine. But I think that this is a really important group, and I like just stumbled upon it, and I was really excited, especially just with the whole Riot Girl thing going along with it. But yeah, it was just kind of like a perfect fit when I found it online, so yeah. The local music scene is really like male dominated, and it's like especially intimidating for me. Like, I'm super inexperienced with all of this stuff, but I think Misfits providing a community just where like women can come together and like have a just like safe space where they can collaborate and just like create music is really cool, because yeah, there aren't many places that you can do that and just feel like comfortable with everyone around you. But yeah.
I'm Keaton Butler, and I'm recording for the MISSFITS Record-A-Thon. I brought like a little group that I've been playing with for a while called the Indianapolis Colts, and we played a song together, and then now me and Hannah, my roommate, who's a recording arts major also, we are about to record an R&B song. My song that I recorded with the Indianapolis Colts was a song I wrote kind of inspired by like Kill Bill, I guess. I mean, not directly, but like I kind of realized that it's the same type of theme, of like a woman trying to exact revenge on her cheating husband, which was a lot more aggressive than I really meant it to be, but she ends up dying in the end. It's not real, obviously. So I'm in two bands that are all men besides me, and they're all very supportive men. None of them are assholes or anything. We should do the entire prep and the content. I don't know. Sometimes it is a little strange being the only woman, but I've never felt in either of those groups that like my voice was quieter than anyone else's. I never felt like I was overpowered by any of them, but that's probably not the case in every situation. Like, I'm sure there are situations where the one woman does not have as much power as all the other men.
Baby, you taste just like sugar. And
It's a sexy
It's
R&B
a very
song.
sexy song.
It's a sexy boy.
Sexy boy time. So yeah, it's just like a little R&B song that we wrote because we live together and spend a lot of time playing music together. And I feel like there aren't a lot of sexy R&B songs from the standpoint of a girl. Like, a lot of them are like love songs, but we were like, we're just gonna do R. Kelly, but
Vibes.
by women about boys.
Yeah.
Well, we started participating in Misfits this year because we're friends with Jess, because we're recording arts majors, and we really value female company and also music. So we're trying to work together with more women musicians, because being musicians, especially being in recording arts and like the audio industry, you're just surrounded by men who are doing music, and it's nice to like work with, women who are into the same thing.
Yeah, and considering there's like 3 or 4 girls in every recording arts class, it's nice to find some musicians that are girls outside of just that class that we can
especially
do music with.
They want to perform
Yeah.
and collaborate. Since being in Misfits, we've met a lot of people that are willing to collaborate musically.
It just gives you a lot more of an opportunity to find people.
And now there's a whole like online database with the Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not database. There's like a group that you can message in if you need if you need a certain musician or something. And it's nice because they're mostly women, and that's unusual. So
Yeah.
sweet.
I'm really happy to be a part of Misfits. It's really empowering to be surrounded by women musicians that, you know, everyone has different tastes in music, but everybody has like a common goal.
Yeah, there's such a wide variety of like what kind of music people like.
Yeah, there's like classically trained, you know, Jacobs musicians in the
And
group,
I feel like
and then there's like just punk rockers.
And one of the reasons we did like the sexy R&B song is because we feel like there's like the coffee house indie vibe of people and like the classical music type of people, and we kind of just want to do something different, I think.
And we're really horny.
Don't put that in the video.
For the record, I guess, Misfits Music and Arts Collective was previously known as Quiet Girl Music Collective, which came out of the Quiet Girl movement in Bloomington, Indiana, which is a bunch of really awesome, cool people trying to promote equality in a bunch of different ways. And so our music collective kind of came out of that. Yeah. Record-A-Thon.
So,
Yeah, because I'm in Quiet Girl, and I was like, guys, let's make an album. And then it ended up being such an extensive project that it became the music collective. So yeah, I guess I'm like the empress. No, don't put that on there. Yeah, I do like most of the organizing and like texting people a million times, being like, "You're coming, right? You're coming to the meeting tonight, right?" And it's super fun. I love my job.
Going into audio for my career, I really feel strongly that girls don't get as much recognition in the music industry, and I really want to change that. And I think it's really cool to get to work with some other girls that I know and some that I don't know, and just share our musical talents together.
Our song we actually wrote last week for this specific purpose, and when I was trying to think of ideas about what to write about, I really didn't know what to do, so we thought, why not just sing about Quiet Girl and feminism and all that good stuff. So that's just pretty much what the song is about.
The song that Jessie and I wrote is kind of about how women have our everyday little small encounters where we may feel put down or discouraged or, I don't know, made fun of or any little thing like that. And it puts a cheesy, fun twist on like girl power, and kind of just talking about always being like, you know what, I don't want to be the quiet, like shy girl. I'm gonna be a crazy riot, like awesome, powerful girl.
For this Record-A-Thon, I've been doing a lot of video for the documentary that this is hopefully a part of. That's one reason that Misfits is so great for me personally, because it's giving me this opportunity to get experience with making video.
I think the whole Quiet Girl thing is a really cool experience because it's a way for us girls to show some of the power that we have in music and some of the creative ideas and some of the musical ideas, and just a way to get us all to come together and make more people appreciate all the girls who have the talent out there who are putting in this time and effort.
Windswept slopes and rocky face of stone.
The song that I am recording today is called Taita and Babura, and it's about an Ecuadorian myth about two mountains who fall in love with each other, Taita and Babura and Lady Cotacachi. And the myth, the legend goes that there's a huge heart-shaped crevice in the side of Mount Imbabura, and legend has it that he carved out his heart and gave it to Lady Cotacachi, and it's sitting at the bottom of her lake. And I have climbed both mountains and heard this legend from the people who live there, and it just struck my imagination. So why be a member of Misfits? I feel like it gives women a position of authority over their own music, and a lot of times women in the music industry are relegated to ornamental status and are not the people who are in charge. And I feel like this gives women an opportunity to really be in a position of leadership and have complete authority over every step of the production of their music, and that is very unusual. I don't know, one thing that I really appreciate about this project is that it's giving voice, or it's letting women have a voice who may not have a whole lot of experience with music. For a lot of people, this is their first recording experience, this is their first time writing a song and performing it, and I think that's great that we have a wide range of experiences, because one of the things that I personally feel like women struggle with the most in music is lack of confidence and not feeling like they can take that risk and put it out there, and I feel like this is creating a safe and encouraging environment for women to do that, and that's phenomenal. My personal interest as a woman who is a professional musician, it is very lonely, and I feel like to remedy the lack of women in the music industry and some of the mistreatment of women in the music industry, we need to encourage even people who aren't interested in being professional musicians to play music and be active in the music scene, because that's how we change culture. And starting from young girls, young women, all the way to the top.
Okay, I played harp on Hannah's track, which I won't try to pronounce the name too. I have been involved with the Misfits in the past. I was a part of Blood Bash, and I do go to the meetings, but this is my first Record-A-Thon. It's really cool that this is just a student-run group, because it kind of prevents any regulation, I guess, from the school, and so we're just totally free to write about what we want and put on shows that relate to the menstrual cycle by calling them Blood Bash. So, you know, it's just things like that that kind of let us bring more creativity to the project than I think we would be able to otherwise. I'm really excited to record the next time, now that I kind of know the ropes a little bit, and hopefully I'll be bringing one of my own tracks next time, and I'm really just excited to get to know everybody and see what unfolds for us.
Cool. I play ukulele and drums in this session, so I played with Hannah on her song, and I'm playing a song that I wrote called Skateboard about a cat. I moved away after graduation with this cat that wasn't mine. I was delivering a cat to a new home as I was also becoming like homeless in some ways. My dad's a drummer, and I've been kind of growing up around music, and I really like playing the drums, and I played in high school, but there was always a guy who took lessons from my dad who's a lot better than me at the drums, and kind of me just not taking it seriously enough to think that I could like do it as like a confident, like, I'm a drummer, I will play drums in this song. But moving here and meeting these people, especially Jess, who's been like really enthusiastic about getting all these girls involved, it's like really a good space for when you don't really feel confident in an instrument to just like do it anyway. And I mean, Jess is in there, she's never played drums, she just played drums for me on my song, and it sounded fine, it sounds good. You know, it doesn't matter how much experience you have, like, or how much confidence you have, or like you've never heard the song before, you never met these people before, and it still is like, it's fun, and that's always, I think, gonna make a better song than, you know, we took one take and it's like, all right, that's fine, it's good, and it's no stress, it's just here for fun, and that's what, you know, can build on that and say, yes, like, I am a drummer, like, I am a musician, I am a songwriter. It's a discouraging thing is like, if you're a girl and you're a musician, like, where does your confidence come from if you're never seeing other girls who are doing what you're doing? Pearl and the Beard, I think, came to Bloomington, and like this girl, like there's two girls and a guy, and one of the girls played drums and sang at the same time, and that's what she did, and I was like, shit, that's what I want to do, like, that's awesome. So that, like, after that, I was like, well, I can, like, I don't have to be like a guitar player. Like, I kind of have boycotted the guitar. I've boycotted like doing just like what like everyone else is doing, and I think as a girl, and especially with Misfits and Quiet Girl, is like creating that space for these girls that are like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do it, and it's okay. Like, we're not on stage, we're not trying to impress anybody, we're just trying to do it because we like it. There's no other way that I can think of to build confidence and just do it.
We had a show like a couple nights before Halloween called Blood Bash. It's all caps, so you have to say it like that. And we had a bunch of our girls play, some boys too, and it was also our first zine release, so we like charged $3 at the door, and that includes like the entrance for the show and a copy of the zine. And we gave out Oreos in exchange for liking us on Facebook, which doesn't even work because Facebook makes you pay them in order to like actually post your posts. So even though we have almost 200 likes, only like 3 people see each post, which is very frustrating. Screw Facebook. It was really fun. Esther played as Badoki, and I think it was her first show, and she was so great, and I took some pictures that I thought were good at the time, but they were actually not good pictures at all. But hopefully there were some pictures somewhere. And Her Again played, which is a band made up of a bunch of girls in the collective. A band called Good Doctor and the Prescriptions played, and they were really cool, like very spooky, Halloween-y. Duck Trash. Yeah, Hannah Groves is Duck Trash, which is always a treat and a pleasure to see. She does like looping with acoustic instruments, and it's really, really incredible. So it was a great show. It was a great turnout, and we made enough money to come here for the weekend and record an album and make a documentary, which is so cool. And there's dogs here.
Sweet. Okay. I feel good about that.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks.
Doggy.